On the news tonight, it's Marta.
Mondays. Worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't take you anywhere. Present in the moment, present fully for others because of my mind being preoccupied with future thoughts. You will be able to develop an action plan. Hey KoalaSubbies, welcome back to my channel. How are you? How is it going? Thank you for being back for another Marta Mondays. I'm not wearing any makeup. I'm just wearing a smile. And look at these guns. Pardon the traffic and the noise. I just wanted to come on here and be more spontaneous so that I don't have to worry so much about the perfect video. Of course, I'm still going to edit it. I had a yoga class. I had a FaceTime here. So I just figured I'll shoot my quick little video here. I'm inspired, I'm in the moment, and I'm caffeinated. I'm at Panther Coffee, love Panther Coffee. If you live in Miami, you should definitely check them out. They have the most amazing coffee. It's a lavender, but before I had a nitro rose flavored one. But anyhow, let's get back into the topic. Today's topic and what I want to talk to you about is the topic of worrying. I feel that a lot of us tend to worry, especially in this Western world. We are so preoccupied with all our problems. We're so preoccupied with our problems and things that we have to do and accomplish. I think this is a topic that will resonate with a lot of you. So I wanted to make a quick video of a few steps that have helped me worry less, and I will share them with you. So, just a little background as to me. I don't want to say that I inherited my grandmother's worry gene, but perhaps some of it does have to do with genetics. A bit of a family joke is that my grandma is a chronic worrier, that it's her full-time job to worry not only about herself, but her whole family, including me as her granddaughter. And I always tell my grandma, it's not your job to worry. But I've noticed that she still does all the time. And even though it's less, she worries a lot. And I don't think that's a healthy way to be, because I heard once this phrase, and I think it's so very true. It goes something like this: worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't take you anywhere. And I feel that it's so spot on, because worrying, it really is a waste of our cognitive abilities. Whereas a plan of action and doing something about our problems or whatever we're thinking about, that's much more productive. But anyhow, let me get into the story. Well, not the story, but let me get into my tips. So, without further ado, I'm gonna give you some things that have helped me in my life to not worry so much. So, the first piece of advice I have for you is to really try and reframe your mind and realize how much worrying and having your mind preoccupied with a future moment, with these future worries, things that are making you anxious, which worry is, that's all it is anxiety about a future action, a future problem. And it really tends to preoccupy our mind and take us away from the present moment. And if you haven't noticed yet, the present moment is the only reality we have. We have the past to look as reference to help us make better choices. We have the future for which, yes, we work towards for, and we are blessed as human beings to have foresight to be able to create that future. But I realize that so oftentimes I slip away from being present in the moment, present fully for others because of my mind being preoccupied with future thoughts. So this will take some mindfulness, but really try to foster the ability to live in the present moment, you will find that you live a much fuller life, a much happier life, because again, the present moment is the only reality that we have. And I don't know about you, but there's been a lot of times in my life where looking back, I feel that I wasn't fully present and I didn't enjoy a certain situation to the fullest, because instead of being there in that moment and enjoying whatever was happening, my mind was somewhere else in the future, whether preoccupied with some problem or next thing I have to do or even my grocery list. But because of those worries, it took me away from the present moment. And the more that we do that, the more we will one day look back and think, oh my goodness, where did the time go? Which I'm sure that will happen anyway, but it's such an enriching part of life to be able to truly live in the present and focus on the present. It is a gift that you can give others as well, giving them your undivided attention. And looking back, you will feel much more fulfilled knowing that you were there in the fullest, that you cherished and took in every second and truly were present in the moment. And so this will take some training, some mindfulness, but anytime you find yourself slipping away in the thoughts in the present moment, just try to take yourself back to the breath, take yourself back to the present moment, whatever you're doing at the time, and try as best as you can to live that moment fully. And it's going to take some practice, but I promise you it's going to get easier. And not only will it make the present moment more rewarding, it's going to help reduce your worries and anxieties because you're truly living in the present, and those worries and anxieties, they don't have a place to occupy your mind because your mind is fully present in the moment. My second piece of advice as far as reducing your worries is to write down the things that are really on your mind, the things that are boggling you and creating those worries. And when you write these problems down and these anxieties and these worries, you'll be able to have a much clearer view of what these problems are. When you take the time to write down your worries, you will be able to develop an action plan. And rather than worrying all the time about these things, you will see things more clearly and you'll be able to see, okay, about this problem, I can take this sort of action or that sort of action. And it will greatly reduce your anxiety because you'll see things much more clearly and you'll be able to develop an action plan and a realistic way of tackling those problems and anxieties. And that in itself will reduce your anxiety greatly. It will take away so much of your worry because you're seeing these problems much more clearly. Writing down your worries and anxieties is going to help you create an action plan and a real system and a way of tackling these problems. So that will also greatly reduce your anxiety because of instead of just thinking about these worries, you'll be able to have a plan, an action plan as to the steps you can take to deal with those problems and face them head on. If you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Why are you here without being subscribed? I would really appreciate a sub because it really helps my channel out. I'm just a small little YouTuber. My third piece of advice is to know that things are not always as bad as they seem and having a bit of perspective on your life. I think that we all tend to sometimes blow things out of proportion when we think about the problems we have, the worries we have. And what I do to give myself that perspective is realize what a blessing it is to be alive, how rare it is even that we are here on this planet, that we were born. Think about the people that are living awful lives, not being able to watch this YouTube video, don't have access to technology, people that are truly suffering in the world, child laborers, people that truly don't have all the blessings that you and I are blessed with. And putting things into perspective like that and focusing on the things that are going well in your life thinking about your health, being thankful for your health, and focusing on gratitude and all the things that are good in your life, shifting your perspective into your blessings and all the things that are going right will also help you tremendously get rid of worries, and even the worries that you have will become more so of problems that you can tackle on, problems that you can handle because you're equipped to handle them and they won't be gnawing at you so much. So, if there's another thing I can say as part of my 3 step is reframe your perspective, count your blessings, and realize that things are not as bad as they seem because life is too beautiful for us to be anxious and worried. And I'm not saying, Hakuna Matata everything and don't worry, but do try to live your life in a state of thankfulness and gratitude because in that state it will also help you tackle your problems and also help you live in the present moment. My fourth piece of advice as far as tackling worrying is to talk to someone. Talk to a loved one, talk to a friend. We all feel such release and catharsis when we speak to loved ones about our problems. This is just the nature of the human state. We feel connected, we feel bonded to others, and we are a very social type of creature. So, sharing your worries and anxieties with a friend, you'll be surprised at how much it helps you relieve those feelings, and you'll feel so much better. And also, sometimes a friend and loved one can see something that you don't and offer a real piece of advice that's super helpful. And last but not least, number 5, I would just say practice more kindness towards yourself. I think we all tend to be our own worst critics and be super hard on ourselves, but try and practice more kindness, more compassion towards your own self. And having that feeling of compassion and love for yourself will also help you be more gentle on yourself and not so hard on yourself, which will ultimately also ease a lot of your anxieties and worries. Thank you, KoalaSubbies. I know this was a pretty short video. I know that I've been MIA, but I'm working hard on getting this channel back on track. And I thought that I wanted to keep it kind of light today. And I was thinking that we all worry sometimes, but I have greatly improved my life by being more in the present moment, which mindfulness and meditation have really helped me with. And so I wanted to record this quick little video to give you those tips and know that you're not alone. We all worry, but I think if there's a biggest takeaway from this video that I have for you is to realize how much worrying and anxiety takes you away from being in the present moment, truly living fully in the moment, and that is going to help you be less anxious, have less worries. If you have any tips or advice as far as things that you have done or advice other people have given you as far as worrying, please leave them down in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you on the next Marta Mondays. Thank you. Leave a like if this resonated. Bye. Mwah. Subscribe. And a realistic
Bye, guys.